Welcome to TheoTrade. Don Kaufman here. It's June 3rd, 2026. Just about 25 minutes to go to the cash close here on this Wednesday afternoon with the S&Ps down some 46 handles. Got to tell you though, nobody is feeling the fear in this marketplace. Look down the list, some of the usual suspects. So sure, the S&Ps are off a little bit. NASDAQ, the NASDAQ is for the most part massively unchanged. The Dow is off a full 1%, good for almost 550 points. But what I'm referencing in terms of nobody feeling the fear, when was the last time you looked at the S&Ps and saw them down almost 50 points? Then you look down, of course, at the volatility futures. They just dropped, okay? They're down in the day. The VIX isn't moving. The VVIX isn't moving. No one's feeling the fear. And they won't, so long as we continue to see rotations. And rotations right now are, just all the rage. Wild. Google and like what I would term the great cash grab. Then you got like crypto getting liquidated right now to buy what? Probably AI and some of the Google shares. Let's dig into it here, of course, on this TheoTrade evening update. As again, the S&Ps, they're down, but there's just no fear in this tape whatsoever. Look at the rotation today, like into Meta. All of a sudden we're hating software again. Microsoft in the last two trading sessions getting absolutely decimated. And then we've turned around and we found love once again in Meta. It's literally the shell game, it's and or whack-a-mole, whatever you want to term it. It is, it's fierce out there. Let me start with this. The moves inside of some of the tech stocks right now are way outsized. What I mean by that is, okay, if you're looking at the tech stocks individually, kind of looking at the usual suspects, Google, way outside its expected move. Microsoft, okay, shattering both the upside and the downside of the expected move. Tesla. The irony is Tesla's at the lower edge of the expected move. It's kind of mellow this week. Then we go into Meta. Meta's been all over the place, broke the lower edge of the expected move, rallies back in here. Okay. Of course, then NVIDIA, all right, the biggest and baddest of them all, breaks the upper edge of the expected move, comes back in. These moves are huge. They're manic. And yet, when I say no one's feeling the fear, the S&Ps are just kind of stuck in the middle with you. In fact, the S&Ps this week are looking for a little bit more than about 100-point move. And literally right now, they're massively unchanged. The line, okay, on your screen right now, okay, that is literally unchanged on the week. And that's effectively where we are. There was an attempt at some sell side activity today. You felt a little, weakness inside of the financials, including, of course, stocks like Goldman Sachs. But as I said, no one came in here, and I do mean no one came in here to buy volatility in any way, shape, or form. So we're still in this really unique position to where it's everything is AI, okay, and nobody wants to even talk about the macro environment. And for those of you maybe not necessarily familiar, what I'm referencing is individual stocks are making really dramatic moves. And the big tech stocks, and they are behemoth out there, they are capable of moving the market. But with the rotations that we're seeing, it's literally, 3% down on one stock, okay, the equivalent move, up on the other stock, and they're canceling out one another. Okay. Meanwhile, the macro environment, when I talk about macro environment, I'm talking about, some of the economic data that comes out. It's just not having an impact. You would assume that even oil, okay, would be quite a bit higher given some of the geopolitical tensions of just even the last 24 hours. It's not. You would assume that some of the geopolitical tension would have, kind of reverberate back to volatility. It is not. And meanwhile, again, this little hit to the S&Ps, it's nominal. And if you will, the marketplace right now, it doesn't buy that there's going to be sell side activity, meaning that, okay, nobody's buying into the logic that this thing it's impervious. And to me, that's one of the scariest things I've actually seen in a really long time. I keep using this kind of phrasing. It's like, what's wrong with this picture? Everything's wrong with it. It reminds me when you were a kid and you looked at a highlights magazine, and the back of it always had this thing. What's wrong with this picture? Look down the list of the usual suspects, people. Everything's wrong with it. Okay. People are buying like hook, line, and sinker into the idea that AI is going to save everything. And we all know that eventually, okay, that bill is going to come due. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that, okay, in like the crypto market. I think a lot of people probably, yeah, whatever, man, it's crypto. Who cares? Okay, who cares? Let the crypto people kind of suffer a little bit. Let's actually look at the Bitcoin futures. Bitcoin futures have traded back down relatively close to some of their lows. They had big reactionary low of like 60,000, but they've come down to the lower edge of this range, which is 65,000. Listen to me. I don't give two craps about them being trading at 65,000. The bigger point that people are missing here, check this out, okay? From the recent high to where we're presently trading, that's over 20%, okay? Full-blown bear market crash inside of a crypto product. Nobody gives a damn. It's not even, not only isn't it headline news, nobody seems to care other than people that are like, I'm going to hold it. Okay. Nobody's talking about strategy anymore. Okay. Because right now it's off the conversation, right? Again, nobody seems to care. They don't seem to care about anything right now other than, by the way, strategy just a few weeks ago was up 25% on a year-to-date basis. Now is down 18%. You want leverage, you got it. You're upside down by 50% in what? 3 weeks of time. Great, beautiful, lovely. Meanwhile, as I said, nobody cares because what's on the headline? Google. Okay, Google just went out and did an $80 billion offering, but actually it was so oversubscribed, they did a little bit more than that. It's closer to 85 billion now. Okay. I remind everybody, Google went public in 2006. When Google went public Google went public in 2004. And when they went public in 2004, they had only taken in approximately $1 million of seed capital, and I believe they took in 25 million, okay, in another round. So they had about 26 million when they went public. Okay, it was a very, very small public offering. They just took in 80 billion, and you got to decide for yourself right now: was this a cash grab, knowing that AI is an overheated animal, okay, or is it sustainability, or are they just trying to get in on the money right now? Because just the last 2 weeks, Anthropic, which is obviously private, Anthropic did a Series H for 65 billion. Clearly, SpaceX is going public next week for about 75 billion, probably even more than that. And now we have Google topping close to 85 billion in a kind of an add-on, or what we term secondary offering. Okay, selling stock at or near all-time highs. Okay, and you would expect a lot of companies are still doing buybacks and so forth. This is the exact opposite. This is actually raising in just a phenomenal amount of capital. Okay, basically at your all-time high. And does the board look at this and simply say, that's it, baby, let's actually cash in on the fact that we're trading an all-time high, okay, and getting ready for what I would term as AI winter? Are there any signs of that on the screen right now? No, other than the fact that, you've got some overcooked turkeys out there. I mean, we are all looking at the Marvells, okay, in the last, 24 hours since Jensen over at NVIDIA mentioned this. Stock's gone absolutely parabolic. Okay, no question about it. Okay, we're all watching the AMDs, okay, which continues to propagate gains. We're all watching like Micron, right? Which, if you actually bring any of these stocks up on like a 15-year, any type of weekly chart, this is what I've been terming the wall. Okay, I mean, it's incredible. It's some of the most parabolic charts that anyone has ever seen in literally the history of this business, between AMD, okay, Micron. Throw a little Intel in there, okay? Intel obviously has come off a little bit, but again, some of the most phenomenal charts that anybody's ever seen, okay, in recent trading history, or really any history in this marketplace. And this is what's actually, floating the entire thing. I think what you have to look for in the days to come, okay, and I'm going to give you my opinion on this one. My opinion is, okay, yeah, Google absolutely went out there and did a cash grab. Okay, my opinion is also the sell side activity in the crypto market, although minimal, meaning the amount of cash, being liquidated and so forth, minimal, okay, is a pretty dire look for the marketplace. I don't like it at all because I do believe that some of the same investors that are in that marketplace, okay, are clearly also involved in the AI marketplace. And anytime you see a product liquidated, and again, it's an entire asset class, and you may not necessarily be involved in it, but it's down 20%. It's a little bit disconcerting, and it's even more disconcerting because it's being done on incredibly low volatility, specifically in the S&Ps. As I said to you, in my opinion, the S&P is feel impervious to anything, and that's usually right before they get absolutely rocked. I'm not necessarily saying, and I want to be clear about this, I'm not saying we're going to crash from an all-time high. I'm not saying that. I'm absolutely calling for two-sided trade. It's going to get wicked out there. Okay, it's going to get really wicked. I'm not even sure we're going to be able to hold it together between now and the time that SpaceX comes out with their IPO, which is, next week. I'd be looking for volatility right freaking now. Okay, things are going to get crazy. You're going to get crazy in a hurry. There's already a little bit of a mad dash into the dollar right now. Okay, nothing feels comfortable. I got that the financials are down today, but I wouldn't read too deeply into this. Okay, it's this constant 50-50 crap inside of the S&Ps that needs to end, meaning that the advanced decline line needs to see higher degrees of correlation. And I talked about it nauseum. Okay, this past weekend, that trade that was going on with dispersion, we still have not seen greater degrees of correlation. People, even the remainder of this week, strap in. There's going to be volatility. Okay, strap in. There's going to be volatility. Right now, we're massively unchanged in the week. You have just over $100 of expected move. Okay, you have some really unusual activity on the screen. Again, huge moves in some of the equity products. Almost no movement inside of the S&Ps. Almost no movement inside of volatility. But at the same time, asset classes like dollar, okay, crypto, they're all over the place. The bond market right now, okay, possibly seeing some sell side activity again. Too much to even look at. You got to pay attention to the broader marketplace. When are the S&Ps going to actually start to feel this? When are they going to wake up in that volatility? Okay, and the marketplace really has to start to feel the fear. With that, that's it for this evening. Thanks everybody for joining us here at TheoTrade. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.